Will, thanks for joining us on GB News. What more do we know about the incident and the individual involved?
Well, not a great deal at the moment. We're still waiting on some information, but it's apparently a young man in his late 20s. He was carrying a crossbow, which falls into that kind of ambiguous area within the British law that it's legal to own, but it's illegal to use in certain circumstances. But this individual obviously breached the outer perimeter of Windsor Castle, and it was believed that his intended objective or goal was to get to Her Royal Highness.
Well, this is really frightening news, isn't it? That the Queen could have an intruder come upon her on Christmas Day of all days as well. Do we know if that was part of it? Do we know if it's because perhaps there's a lack of security or fewer staff there because it was Christmas Day? Or is this something greater? Are there going to be bigger questions about the Queen's security now?
Well, I don't think so, Ellie, to be honest. And I don't want to downplay it any, but we've seen our fair share of intruders going back to Michael Fagan, as you may recall, at Buckingham Palace. Now, Buckingham Palace, to a certain extent, now it's been open to the general public for sort of tourism, is, to a certain extent, a slightly easier objective than, say, trying to make an incursion into Windsor Castle, bearing in mind it's a castle. So it makes it very, very difficult for an individual to get in. Now, although it is a listed building, there is a lot of security that can potentially be in place, and I would presume will be in place, to ensure that an individual like this, and from what I understand from my sources, the moment they crossed that first threshold of the perimeter, they were on CCTV, and Armed Response Police reacted incredibly quickly. Now, the protection of our Royal Highness, obviously, Our Majesty, is going to be absolutely critical. We want to make sure she's safe at all times. And having done similar kind of exercises where my teams and myself have been employed to try and break in covertly into various establishments and buildings and headquarters, those are tests that are regularly run against places like Windsor Castle and Buckingham Palace, making it very hard for these kind of characters to get in.